Hello and welcome to Mathematics Made Easier channel. This is your favorite mathematics tutor, Comfort Amuakon Ata. I welcome you all to my class this moment. If today is the very first time of you joining my class, a special welcome goes to you. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please look down there and click on the subscribe button to subscribe. Then you also click on the notification bell to receive updates from me all the time. Good. All right, so for today, we are going to learn about box and whisker plots. So now pick your jotters as you join me for the class. Okay, so I have a worksheet for you here. And we are going to use a worksheet to learn the box and whisker plots. Okay, this is a very interesting topic and it involves a lot. Okay, it involves a lot of process, but it's one of the simplest topic or the standard error. So you'll be able to understand it within the shortest possible time. That is why we call it Mathematics Made Easier channel. All right, so with the first example that we have here, let's see this. Okay, so let me share it again. Okay, so I hope you guys can see my screen now. So the first example, we have a data, we've been given a data, and we have been asked to make a box and whisker plot for this data. What is the first thing to do? One, the first thing you have to do right now is to reorder the numbers in the ascending order. When you talk about ascending means from the least to the greatest. As if we are climbing a ladder. So from step one, the lowest number, okay, to the greatest number. So from our data, what is the least number over here? We have 8. Good. I'm canceling out so that I'll be able to track all the numbers, okay, and know if I leave some out. So 8 followed by 9, followed by 11. No, sorry, okay. So followed by 11, followed by 14, followed by 17. What again? Followed by 23. All right. Followed by 29. Okay. Followed by, we have 30 over here. We have 32 here. Another 32. We have 39. Is that all? I think we've exhausted all the numbers. Good. So now you reorganize the numbers. Then the first question is, what is a minimum number? The minimum means what is the least value over here from the data. The least value is what is obvious, which is 8. Okay, so the minimum value is 8. Now, what is the maximum? Maximum means the greater number, right? Okay, so from this one, the maximum is what? 39. Good job. Now, how do we find our interquartiles? Okay, that is the Q1, Q2, and Q3. When they talk about Q1 is the first quarter, right? The quarter 1. Then the Q2 becomes the quarter 2. Then the Q3 is the quarter 3. I think I taught this how to find the interquartiles in one of my tutorials. So if you have forgotten, you can go back to it to refresh your mind. Okay. because to be able to solve or make a box and whisker plot, you should be able to know about the variations. Okay, we've learned about all these ones, the variations, which is the interquartile, the quartile, the range and other things. Okay. Now, how do you find out Q1? With this, you have to split your data into 2 equal halves. So count your data. How many numbers do we have in all? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. So if we are splitting 11 into 2 equal halves, we're going to have 5, 5. Then one number will be in the middle, because 11 divided by 2 is what? 5, remainder 1. So it means I'm getting 5 to the left, 5 to the right, and one number will be in the middle. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have up to this place. That is the first half. Then I count here to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another half to the right. Okay, so that I will have the 23 in the middle. So now the quarter 2 is the same as the median or the middle number. Okay, so now the number in the middle will now become your Q2. That is a middle number. Okay, good. So now we have 23 as our Q2. Then how do you find our Q1 or the quarter 1? It's also very simple. You take your first half, the one that we got, the first half, that's the half to the left. You pick the middle number from that. So how many digits do we, or how many values do we have in the first half? We have 5 numbers. Now, what is the middle number in there? We have 11 as a middle number over here. Because there are 5, so it's with 2, 2. So the middle number will be what? 11. So the middle number in the first half will be your Q1. So it means our quarter 1 will be what? 11. Now on the quarter 3, how do you also find that? You also get it from the middle number in the second half or the upper half. Okay, so you have 32 as your middle number in there, and that will give your Q3. So you have 32 over here. That is all. So 1, reorganize the numbers or rearrange the numbers in the ascending order or in the or from the least to the greatest, right? So after reorganizing the numbers, then you split them into 2 equal halves. If it's an even number, you split them in evenly, If it is 12, you split them as 6, 6. But if it's an odd number, like what we had, this one was 11. So we split them, make sure each half has equal set of numbers. So we have 5 at the left, 5 at the right. And we're going to have one number remaining as the Q2 or as our middle number or median. Middle number is the same as a median, right? Do you remember? Good. So now how do you find out Q1? You get a Q1 from the first half. That is the lower half. The middle number in the lower half will be the Q1, and the middle number in the upper half will be the Q2. So, the Q3. Good. So obviously, it is basically dependent on the median in each half. That's all. Good. Then knowing this, getting to know your minimum, your maximum, your Q1, Q2, and Q3, how do you now form your box and whisker plots? Okay, we are going to identify this data on the number line. So the first one, you count your lines. What does each line represent? Is it 1 interval or 2, 2 like that? So looking at the number line we have here, we have 1, 1, 1 interval. So the 8 will be somewhere like, okay, you get our 8 over here. And so you form our dots on that number. Sorry, okay. So then we come to the 11. So this is 8. Okay, then we come to the 11. 11 will be somewhere here. If we have 10, then 11 will be just closer to the 10. The next number will be 11. Okay, so we have our dots also up here representing our 11. Let me do it well for you guys to see. So we have the 10, we have the 8, we have the 11. Okay, what about our 23? Our 23 is the same thing. So after 23 lines afterwards will be the 23, right? Okay, so we have our 23 over here. That is this line. Okay, so we trace it up and our dots will be over here. Then we get our 32. So our 32 would also be here. We trace it up and we make our points, right? Okay. All right. Then we have the last one to be what? 39, right? Okay. So 39 will also be here. That's the last number before the 40. And we make our points on top of it. Now, guys, when you finish, what do? We now connect the points and form our box. Okay. So now let's connect our points. We connect the minimum. You remember that the first dot represents our minimum value. So we connect the minimum value to the Q1 like this. Then we form our box from the Q1 to the Q3 like this. Okay, you guys should make it straight. My line wasn't straight. Pardon me, but you should be able to make yours very straight. Okay, let's do it again. So we connect the Q1 to the Q3. All right. And this is better. Okay. Good. Then we connect the Q3 to the maximum. All right. We connect it to the maximum. Make sure it touches it because you are connecting a point. Then we connect it to the Q2 like this. Oh, sorry. It didn't pass through. So let's make sure it passes through it. Okay. So align. All right. I think we have it now. Okay. Okay. So now we have minimum value. So we have the minimum value here, right? Minimum value. We have the Q1 here. Good. We have our Q2 here at the center. Then we have our Q3 over here too. Then we have our maximum value over here. So this is how to make box and Whisker plot. 1, rearrange the numbers. 2, split the numbers into equal halves. All right. Then you pick the middle number as your Q1. Then also your first half, pick the middle number as your Q. So pick the middle number of the overall set of numbers as your Q2. That is a median. Then your first half, you pick the middle number as your Q1. Second half, pick the middle number as your Q3. That is all. Then you plot them on the number line and you connect them to form your box. Okay, now let's see the second question, but I'll leave that for you to solve it, okay? But that one is when we have our data to be even. This data was an odd number. So let's see when we have an even number and how we can find the quartiles in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is also, so let's see this. Sorry, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. I think we have this one to be even numbers. That is 12 numbers in all. So how do we do it? First, rearrange or reorder your numbers from the least to the highest, from the least to the greatest, from in the ascending order. That's what I mean. Okay. So rearrange or reorganize your numbers. Split them into 2 equal halves. Okay, so this is 12, or these are 12 numbers. So you're going to split them into 6 to the left, 6 to the right. Now for the first half, if you have even, you pick the two numbers that centers, or the two numbers that falls at the center, and you find the mean of those two numbers, or the average of those two numbers. And I hope you remember how to find the average of a number. That is, you add those two numbers together and divide it by 2. How many numbers you added, right? That is so. It is so simple. So with this one, let me practice 1 or 2 skills with you on Excel. Oh, sorry. Okay, so let's see. Let me practice 1 or 2 skills with you on Excel. So skills on box plot. That is one interesting thing on this software. It helps you to assess or practice on most of the skills as you learn in class to become mastery over it. So now we have this box plot here on iExcel. I'm going to practice 1 or 2 questions with you, and that will be all for now. Okay. All right, so let's look at 1 or 2 problems over here. What was the lower quarter of the number of wrapping paper rolls sold? Lower quarter. So how do you find it? You remember that when you were doing or when you were solving that worksheet, this became our minimum. This became our Q1, which is a lower quarter. This became Q2, that's a median, or the middle number. And this became a Q3, which is the upper quarter, right? And this became a maximum value. So knowing this, what is the lower quarter? And the lower quarter is on what? This line. And this line is what? 15, because it's what? 555 interval. That's all. So now our lower quarter will be 15. Are we correct? Good job. Okay, so let's see this two. What was the range? When you say range, range means the difference between the highest number and the lowest number, right? So over here, what is the highest number? We have the highest number to be 350 and the lowest number to be what do you think would be the lowest number? Okay, so looking at this one, we have 100, 150 over here. So I think they are in 25s, right? So 100, then 125. So let's subtract them and see. So we have 5, we have 2, and we have 2. Are we correct? Let's see. There's no harm in trying. So 225. Are we correct? Good job. All right. So the last example, then I say good night to you guys. I'm so much exhausted. So let's see. What was the median? Median means what? Middle number. Or the Q2. Or the quarter 2. That's all. So over here, what is the median here? Don't forget that we have this to be the minimum, this to be our Q1, this to be our Q2 or the median, this to be our Q3, and this to be our maximum. This is our minimum. Okay, so our median is a Q2, and a Q2 is on what? 7,000. That's all. They just want you to know that, or they just want to find out whether you know that Q2 is the same as the median. That's all. Excellent, guys. Okay, so I'll leave you with this question, and you can solve it and submit your answers to me to review for you. All right. Which box plot represent the data? This is quite detailed a little. They want you to find your Q1. So 1, find your minimum, find the maximum, find your Q1, find your Q2, find your Q3, and compare it. And okay, let me take you through this one. Then I say good night. Love you guys. I want you guys to excel in maths. Okay. So looking at a set of data, we have to reorder them because they are not in the order. Okay, so we have to reorder them in the ascending order. Okay, so what is the least number here? We have 53 firsts, right? So 53, we cross out. Do you have 53 again? No. It comes to 54. What again? Do you have 54 again? No. It comes to 55. Do you have 55 again? No. Okay, we have another 55 here. That is why it's good to cross out so I know what is left. You have 56. Do you have another 56? Yes. You have two other 56. So 56, another 56. Then we have another 56. Oh, okay. So the 56 are 4. Oh, all right. That's okay. Then we have 58, right? How many 58? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. What again? We have 60 out, and we have two 62s. 62, 62. All right. How many numbers do we have in all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is even number. So 14 numbers in all. What do? The first thing is to split them equally or evenly, right? So 7, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 and here. Another half 7 starts here. Okay. Then we find the middle number in the first half. So first half 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it means we will get a middle number to be 1, 2, 3 halfway, 1, 2, 3 halfway. So the middle number will fall somewhere here. Sorry, the middle number will fall somewhere here. So this would be your Q1. Okay, then we come here. 1, 2, 3 halfway, 1, 2, 3 halfway. The middle number is here. So this will be your Q3. Now, what's really sometimes is confusing is how to get your Q2 when it is even. It is not confusing at all. It is very simple. Now, looking at this, we have 14 values in all, right? So we are going to get our two numbers that falls in the middle. So the two numbers that falls in the middle will be 56 and 56. That's all. Right? Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. So you're going to have two numbers to fall in the middle. So you add those two numbers together. 56. It means you find the mean of those two numbers. You add them together and divide by 2. And obviously, you're going to get what? 56. And this will give you Q2. Now let's go back to our box and whisker plot that they did for us and compare our values whether we are correct or not, right? Okay. So let's see the first one. What is our minimum? The minimum here is what? 53. So looking at the first box and whisker plot, the minimum is on 54. So it means this is out. Here, the minimum is on 53. So this is correct. That is so. That is all. So you check the one that they did it right. There'll be something small, little that they'll use to confuse you. So the Q1 again was what? 55, and we had it correct over here. The Q, so let's see, 55 correct. The Q2 was what? 56. And we also had it correct, Q2. The Q3 was what? 58. And we had it correct, 58. This one. And the maximum, that's the highest number, is what? 62. 62. That is all. It is so difficult, no. So you take your time. One, you reorder the numbers. Two, after reordering it in the ascending order, then you split them into two equal halves. So after splitting to two equal halves, your first half, you find the median in the first half, find the median in the second half. And the median in the first half will be your Q1, the median in the second half will be your Q3. Then your median in the overall set of data will be your Q2. Then you now identify them on your number line, connect them together, and form your box. I believe this tutorial was helpful. Thank you so much for your time and attention. If you enjoyed this tutorial, do not forget to give me a thumbs up down there. And do not also forget to share the link to your friends for everyone to enjoy this tutorial. Indeed, mathematics made easier with comfort and Mwako Atan. So we meet again. As I always say, practice, they say, makes perfect. So we meet again. Please stay safe and learn hard. Bye.